Hello everyone. This month Animal Jam added playable phantoms into the game, which is absolutely crazy. But how on earth are they even playable? That's what we're figuring out today. Hope you all enjoy. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Don't you hate when this happens? There's just too many phantoms. It's time to rid Jamal of the phantoms that have plagued our lands for years. This Night of the Phantoms could be our chance. Call upon your fellow jammers to choose a side to fight the phantoms today. With your friends, you can harness the power of strength, friendship, and drive back the darkness. But if driving back the phantoms isn't enough inspiration for you, don't worry. We have exclusive light side and dark side prizes only available for a limited time. Don't wait. Choose a side and fight the phantoms today. Just make sure you believe in what you're fighting for. The fate of Jamal rests in your paws, jammer.
Alright, so first we have to ask, how are these phantoms made in the first place? In the adventure In Too Deep, we get to see a phantom factory. Phantoms are modern days made by these factories. They were originally created from Mira's Tears according to Animal Jam's lore, but nowadays every single phantom, it seems, to be made from one of those factories. I don't know if the one in Too Deep is the only one, but they are like pollution. They're made of pollution. Quite interesting. You can see here in this adventure that the Phantom factories are pretty depressing looking as well, and this one is, again, deep underwater, I guess to avoid confusion or hide the pollution or something, but it's away from the water. Okay, let's talk about heartstones now. Every animal has a heartstone as long as it's playable. Even animals that are ancient, like the saber-tooths and direwolves, have a heartstone. That was the main goal behind the adventures leading up to the opening of Belush. The dinosaurs, I believe, even have a heartstone, which are the alpha fossils. If you haven't watched my other theory on that, you could go watch that after this video is over. But what are Phantom's heartstones? I have two main ideas. The first one is Sludgestone, which is, again, the only alpha fossil of the original 5 before the T-Rex skull came out to not have a dinosaur attached to it in my mind. We got the Brachiosaurus for Apondylite, we got the Pteranodon for Jamite, we got the Triceratops for Miralite, we got the Stegosaurus for Citron Geode, but nothing for Sludgestone. This Sludgestone has a very interesting electric mechanic. When you put Sludgestone into your den, you could see that it actually gives off lightning in a way, which phantoms do use a lot. This stone is found only in Jama. It's believed to be a fossilized remnant of phantom toxins. See? The second example of a fossil that could be the phantom's heartstone is obviously the dark fossil. While this might not be the actual heartstone, the phantoms have been collecting this for over a year now in the phantom dimension. Flob has been trading poop backpacks and now like robots for these dark fossils. And that's the weird part about it. No one actually knows where these dark fossils actually came from. And these came out all the way back when the fossils started coming out. So they've been available this whole time and no one really thought about it. Okay, that's nice and all. So now we know which heartstone actually allows us to play as phantoms, right? But how do these phantoms get here in the first place? Well, if you go to the phantom dimension, you can see some little billboard posts, almost like propaganda in the phantom dimension, by the Phantom King. And some of these Phantom King posters criticize pet phantoms for being cute and getting into Jama and not causing chaos. The Phantom's post's main idea is to get into Jama through the Phantom portals, the easiest way to get into Jama and back into the Phantom dimension, and then cause chaos. We're seeing this nowadays in Coral Canyons and all the other lands when phantoms spawn, or even when you buy a Phantom Howl potion from the Phantom Salesman and you summon it, in a way, you are causing the chaos because a phantom spawned in Jama. So, these playable phantoms are probably in a similar position as the pet phantoms. The playable phantoms are leaving the phantom dimension as refuge and don't like what the king is doing, and as a way of that have, I guess, left the phantom dimensions and somehow convinced people to buy them. Knowing how adoption works on Play Wild and Classic, my thought on that is whenever you adopt a pet, you're just searching for a pet with that same feature. It already exists in the world, you're just adopting it from those features. So that's the same thing with the phantoms. All these phantoms are ready to be playable, but they haven't been bought yet. That sounds kind of weird, but they haven't been allowed to be let off and free and have fun yet until you purchase a bundle or a phantom with those sapphires. So just remember, every time you see a playable phantom, that phantom escaped the dimension. Just like the pet phantoms. They both escaped the phantom dimension and became part of the animal's world, and that's a cool thing. I really think that they chose the good side, obviously, and are now up in Jama with us and are having a good old time. Hi there, this is Seabird, Brad Stormer's favorite pet raven. Greeley is right, we need to fight for Darkside, and this is why. See this phantom rift right here? This rift needs to be closed, and the only way to close it is by pouring dark energy into it. I feel that that's the only way that we can actually win in this situation. So, join me, Seabird, through helping out Darkside. Do it, I dare you. Lightside has nothing to win, only stuff to lose. Let's hope this building isn't one of them.